We good? Oh.
And once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. Semifinal number 2 getting ready to take place with your Collinsville Kahoks getting ready to take on the Springfield Southeast Spartans. And in case you missed it, the game previous to this one was a barn burner. Took overtime, but Mundelein came out on top by 11 points, believe it or not, as we were tied at 48 going into overtime, and Mundelein really took it to Lincoln in that overtime period, and the Mustangs come out on top, and they will face the winner of this game between Collinsville and Springfield Southeast in a rematch of the last 2 championship battles here at this Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Tournament, with Springfield Southeast coming out on top both times against the hometown Kahoks, including last year's 3-point buzzer beater by James Dent, and the Kahoks here, Zach Roseman, looking for some revenge.
Yes, that is the theme. You know, I was there, you were there, a lot of the people in this gym were there to watch that game last year. And well, I mean, I will give credit to James Dent. He took the shot and he made it. But I think to an extent, I think everybody here in Kahawk country wants a Collinsville victory.
Well, of course they do, and they're going to get that if they play their game and they keep their mouths shut.
Exactly.
Because that's what got them in trouble in that championship game last year that led up to that 3-point shot, because before that, Collinsville had a lead, but the yapping started and caused a couple of technical fouls, and Springfield hit all their shots, and they went on to the win. So a different year, different cast and crew, and we're about ready for action here, and here are your starters. And it's the same 5 that these 2 teams have trotted out here this whole tournament thus far. For Springfield Southeast, Antron Beverly, Noah Doss, James Dent, Omar Rahim, and Cameron Banks. For Collinsville, Kawan Smith, Rayshawn Taylor, Nate Hall, Laurent Gelladini, and Kadrian Jones. And we'll hear Mr. Chad Burgess get this crowd fired up with the announcement of the Collinsville Kahoks starters. I think Chad Burgess' microphone keeps on cutting out on him.
Yeah. They've had some moderate sound system issues throughout the day today, especially in the morning session.
That feedback. Woo, that was hard.
Yeah.
I'm glad at that point I had these cans on my head, but at this particular point in the festivities, they're starting to make my ears a little tender, but nevertheless, here we go. Springfield Southeast, they will be in their yellow goldish uniforms, numbers in black. And does that say the East on the fronts of their jerseys?
I believe so. They've had these uniforms for a couple of years and seem to break them out for like big games, if you will.
All right, K-Hawks are in their home whites, purple numbers, purple K-Hawks on the front. We're underway. Collinsville wins the opening tip-off, and here we go, kids. Semifinal game with a chance to face Mundelein in the championship game on Monday. Kawan Smith over on the right side. Brings it back around to Taylor, and now to Geladini over here on the left wing. Geladini, one dribble, picks it up, gets it back from Taylor. Inside to Kedrian Jones, and we're going to have a foul against Dent right off the bat.
Yeah, sort of Collinsville taking their time, being rather patient in their offense. Southeast, sitting back in their 2-3 zone that they've used for most of the tournament has worked
Inbound
well.
pass comes in. That was a little off-balance throw there by Taylor. That almost hit the side of the backboard. But
I think he was trying to go to KJ.
He was. Springfield Southeast will post up, and look at that. There's Dent, the guy who burned us last year with that same three-point shot, hits one to start this game off with.
Well, that's all too familiar of a sight for K-Hawk fans. Let's hope that does not become a trend.
Well, he already has one foul, so we have that much going for us. Here is Geladini out to Rayshawn Taylor, over to Kawan Smith, bounces it over to Nate Hall. Nate Hall at the baseline, dribbles his way out a little bit, picks up his dribble, and he's being pressured over there, but gets the ball over to Taylor. Pressure was being applied over there by Cameron Banks. Here is Nate Hall over to Taylor. Taylor on the wing for three to tie. It won't fall in. Rebound belongs to Kawan Smith. Taylor will try it all over again. That one has the same kind of effect. And Banks comes up with the rebound, but probably traveled with it. And that ball ends up going out of bounds. And one referee said this way, the other one said that way.
Well, it looked like Smith knocked it out of the Southeast player's hands.
That's what the referee that made the final decision thinks. And here is James Dent. Public enemy number one here in these parts. Another three-point try. That one doesn't fall. And KJ there with the rebound. Kedrian Jones picks up first what will probably be many rebounds here in this game. Taylor comes in, floats, can't get it to fall, and this time the rebound belongs to Doss. Up to Dent. Dent with a quick burst of speed into the corner and a bounce pass into the lane for Doss. That one falls through, and the bruise will count as well, and it's a 5-0 start for Springfield with 6:16 left to play here in this first quarter, and Rayshawn Taylor gets called for his first foul. Each team now with one. At the free throw line, it is Noah Doss, who did not have a trip to the free throw line in that earlier win. And this time he does. 6-0. K-Hawks trail. Here is Taylor. Brings the ball up across the timeline, being watched by Beverly. Over on the far side and into the corner for Nate Hall. Back out to Smith, to Taylor, underneath. KJ off the glass, count the bruise, but the bucket wouldn't fall. Adrian Jones in that win over Decatur Eisenhower went 5 of 6 from the free throw line. And KJ with his first crack from the charity stripe here hits it. Collinsville is on the board.
Of course, KJ had a pretty good game against Eisenhower. Had 13 points, 9 rebounds, even a steal.
That's a rarity for him.
Yes, it is.
Next shot also through. And Collinsville back to within 4 here in the early moments of the first quarter. Here is Banks over to another 3-point shot for Dent. You got to get a guy on him.
Yes, you do.
9-2 in favor of Springfield Southeast, and Hall gets his pocket picked by Omar Rahim, and Rahim comes in, takes the shot, and kisses it off the glass for 2, and I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Lee calls a timeout here early on, and that's exactly what happens.
Yeah, as the Eisenhower game sort of went another kind of sluggish start for Collinsville.
A 60-second timeout, so we're back in about 1 minute on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Call Up Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Call Up Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Call Up Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Call Up Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Call Up Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. call 344-0404 or online at collegejennings.com.
Looking to buy a new home or sell your current one? Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquis Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now. Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquis to help you find the perfect home or to help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at 618-780-4622 or visit them online at blaylockteam.com or on Facebook at the Blaylock Team.
Inbound pass comes in, and we're back underway. Here is Kawan Smith over to Geladini. Geladini on the right wing, dribbles it into the perimeter, and a foul coming up. This one looks like it's going to go against Omar Rahim, and he'll pick up his first, team third now already for the Spartans, so that'll help out a little bit later for Collinsville if that trend continues. Taylor with the inbound pass, and gets it into Nate Hall. Hall will underhand it to Smith. Skeet runs around the top of the perimeter and back toward the midcourt stripe, gives to Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor back over to Geladini. Geladini back to Taylor on the wing, and Taylor floats in and still looking for that first 2-point bucket. Jones with the rebound. Hall will take care of the 2 points. And Collinsville gets their first 2-point field goal of this game. Here is James Dent. Dent being watched by Geladini. That's probably what Coach Lee talked about. Somebody get on number 15. Here is Dent. Comes in over on the left wing, and now at the free throw line, gives it up for Doss. Into the corner it goes, and a 3-point shot. Man, I'm telling you what, these 3-pointers are starting to rain in from everywhere all of a sudden here for Springfield Southeast, and it's a 10-point lead for the Spartans.
Well, much as the Lincoln Mundelein game went, Mundelein started out and it seemed like they were making everything.
Off the glass for KJ. Can't finish it, but Nate Hall is there to put it back in for 6 points now for Collinsville. And here comes Omar Rahim. Rahim at the top of the key. Being watched there by Taylor as we are approaching the halfway point of quarter number 1. Into the corner it goes, and that is Bevely. Bevely bounces it to the top of the key. Back to Rahim. Back to Bevely. Bevely uses a screen put on there by Doss, and Doss travels. Turnovers will be very welcomed here by the K-Hawks.
Yes, and you see what Southeast are looking to do here. Obviously not as much as last year, but last year they would look to push the tempo at any and all opportunities, but here they're looking to be a little more deliberate, and maybe Collinsville, who ends up being the more high-paced team.
There's Geladini into the corner for Smith. Smith cuts across the free throw line, gives to Taylor for 3, top of the key. That one won't fall either. Boy, Taylor's run cold here. He'll try another one from the left wing. That one rolls out as well. That's 0 for 3 for Taylor from beyond the 3-point stripe, and here is Rahim, who is going to make him pay for the misses. And it's a 16-6 game, back to a 10-point lead for the Spartans.
Yeah, it's very, very unusual start for Taylor. You almost never see him start any game this cold.
Taylor will drive past Dent off the glass, and no points again for Taylor, but Dent is going to pick up his second foul.
And he's going to head out, I would think.
He is. Looks like
20.
Are you kidding me? That's Allison. Allison switched numbers. Yeah. These guys are all wrong, man. I'm telling you what. Yeah, he's not even on there, and we know who he is.
Yeah.
Last name is Allison, and that's all we're going to go with. Here is Taylor at the free throw line, and he finally breaks the seal and gets one of those. 16-7, and here is Allison with the ball over to Bevely. Bevely deliberately bounces the ball toward the sideline and then moves forward. Over onto the wing for Allison. He almost lost that ball. Juan Smith all over him, and then bounce pass into Banks, and now a loose ball picked up by Collinsville. Here is Taylor. Taylor dribbles his way just outside the lane, and a foul coming up as the referee lost his whistle.
Yeah, it's Beverly will go ahead and hand it to him. Sort of a, don't see that happen all too often.
You don't usually see a whistle fall off a rope like that either. This one is going to go against Beverly. And he'll pick up his first, and the Spartans have 5 quick fouls here in the first quarter. And to the bench will go Noah Doss. And in his place is Abdur Muhammad.
And we're
waiting for the referee to get his whistle fixed.
Looks like that.
Well, keeps on breaking. Got one of those snaps on there, huh?
Well,
every time he tries to put it over his head, he breaks it again. There we go.
No, that should, for now at least, work.
Yep. Here is Smith with the inbound to Hall, to Taylor in the corner. Bluffs the 3, drives baseline, can't get another floater, and the rebound belongs to Banks. Here is Allison with the ball. Allison gives it back to Banks from the free throw line, and Banks can't get it to fall. Rebound belongs to Mohammed. And now back out to the wing it goes, and a 3-point shot that misses everything off of the hands of Raheem. And the rebound for Springfield, they'll put up another one. That one is a Nate Hall rebound, and we'll head back the other way. Here is Skeet off the glass, count it for 2. Rayshawn Taylor, if he can't beat you with some buckets, he'll beat you with some assists.
Yeah, and you now see that Collinsville's sort of starting to settle in a little bit.
There's a shot from the baseline, that rattles in. Mohammed on the board for the first time, and here is Kowan Smith. He'll bring it up and dump it backwards for Taylor, and up for KJ. He waits, and the patience pays off. KJ off the glass for 2, 18-11, 7-point lead now for Springfield Southeast. It's blossomed to 10 a couple of times here in this first quarter. Here is Raheem. Gets it inside for Banks, and Banks lost control of the ball. Up to Nate Hall. Hall can't get it to fall. Allison gets the rebound. I think Nate was going to go up for a dunk and changed his mind at the last moment.
Yeah, that is about, I think that's about the 4th time we've had a Collinsville player try and do that. And against Eisenhower, it was you get stuffed by the rim, and then with now it appears that Nate didn't quite get high enough.
Yeah, I think he changed his mind in mid-flight, to tell you the truth. There's Banks, hop, skip, and a jump in the lane. Ball won't go. Taylor's there with the rebound. 45 seconds left in this first quarter. Here is Taylor, dumps it off to Smith. He'll launch one from the side, and that's no good. There's Nate Hall with the rebound. Back over to Smith. Wide open Taylor for 3 from the left corner. Yes! Finally!
I mean, Taylor's a good enough player that you knew that eventually he was going to make one, and well, there he did.
All you have to do is stay with it. Here is Raheem right at the end of the scorer's table. Raheem being pressured over there by Nate Hall. Nate Hall doing a good job on the defense. KJ pokes that ball out, but Springfield Southeast gets it back, and Banks off the glass for 2.
Commendable effort, just maybe a little over-aggressive.
1 second to go. Taylor at the top of the key. Yeah! That's the way the first quarter comes to a close. Collinsville trailed by 10 twice, and now only trail by 3. We head to the second quarter after this timeout on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Now they're gonna.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full body approach, whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues. We have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Welcome back to the 36th Annual Prairie Farms Holiday Classic, brought to you by Prairie Farms. Did you know that over 20 scientific studies support the benefits of recovering from strenuous exercise with the quality protein and nutrients found in chocolate milk? Train like an athlete, recover like a champion with Prairie Farms chocolate milk, For more information, go to prairiefarms.com. Here is Beverly. He drives, dumps it off, and off the side of the backboard. Somehow it stays alive, and a foul just as the bucket falls for Banks.
I would think that would be on KJ, and it looks like it will be. That'll only. Oh, they're going to call it on Granger.
Granger just came into the game.
As did Caleb Ballinger.
And Banks to the free throw line. He was 5 of 8 in that win against Madison from the charity stripe. And he hits this one. 23-17. We're just underway in the second quarter. Here comes Kawan Smith. Smith brings it up and gives to Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor with back-to-back three-point plays to end that first quarter, and he has broke the seal on his three-point shooting, and hopefully we'll see some more of that. Here is Ballinger. Ballinger out to Smith. Into the corner once again for Taylor. Taylor dribbles, drives, baseline, can't get the shot off, and a jump ball called. Possession arrow remains in favor of Collinsville.
Yeah, the Southeast defender got right on top of the ball, and I mean, there wasn't any physical contact, and then Taylor just came straight down, so correct call.
Coming into this game, Taylor has scored 43 points in this tournament, and that puts him 422 behind Tom Parker for number 1, and now under 100 as he has started this game, 95 points in back of Bogey Redmond for the 6th spot.
So he would be at 80 with 7 points now, so he'd be at 88.
And that one almost rattled in, and KJ almost got his hands on it, but at the last second, Abdur Muhammad pulls down the rebound for Springfield Southeast, and here is Beverly. Beverly on the wing, he'll launch a big three-pointer. That one hits the fat part of the iron, goes straight up, and comes down for Kawan Smith. Smith cuts through all kinds of traffic, and Beverly all over him the whole entire way, and Smith will slow things down as he makes his way back to the K-Hawk logo. Now over to Ballinger. Ballinger on the left wing. Dribbles with the right hand and directs traffic with the left hand. Gives it to Smith. Smith on the right wing into the corner for Granger. Back outside for Smith. Smith over to Taylor, to KJ at the free throw line. Back to Smith. He'll pop one from there. It's good. 23-19, 4-point lead for Springfield Southeast with 6:10 left to play here in this second quarter. Here is Omar Rahim, as James Dent is still on the bench with his 2 quick first period fouls. Here's Banks, free throw line. Backs it up for Rahim. Over into the corner for Beverly. Beverly with a bounce pass into Banks. He'll try to bowl over Granger, and a push by Granger. How do you get a push when your hands are up in the air? How do you call a push when your hands are up like that?
Nobody knows, and the Collinsville student section are going to give the referees a bit of an earful about it. Coach Lee will sit down, and I guess he's had his say.
Banks back at the free throw line, shooting 2. Hits the first one.
Well, one thing that you can say is that the Spartans have done, and you can say it's sort of this all tournaments, the Spartans have done a good job from the free throw line.
That they have. They were 17 of 25 in that win against Madison. Banks hits both of them. Here's Taylor, free throw line, takes a shot, gets it to fall. 25-21, back to a 4-point game. Here comes Rahim. Rahim bounces a pass that's picked off by Skeet, and young Mr. Smith will take it in all by himself. 2-point game. Spartans lead 25-23. Here is Allison with a bounce pass into Banks. Banks, top of the key for Allison. He'll launch a three-pointer from there, and that one hits nothing but net. Mackay Allison. Here is Ballinger. Ballinger gets the ball over to Taylor. Back to Ballinger on the left wing, and Ballinger will take it out and give it to Rayshawn Taylor, and Taylor will pump it in the corner. 3-point shot for Kawan Smith, good.
There you go.
For Skeet.
Yeah.
2-point game now, 28-26. We're down to 4:30 left to play here in this first half, and here is Beverly. Beverly into the corner now for Rahim. Rahim will take it from the top of the key, behind the back dribble, and he was way off on the shot as that never even hit rim or net. Collinsville comes down with the loose ball. Here is Rayshawn Taylor. He tries to penetrate, but Raheem cut that avenue off. Now over to Bollinger in front of the Springfield bench. Back out to Taylor. Taylor over to Bollinger. He'll launch a three, and he'll hit the inside of the rim, and it comes down for Beverly. Beverly and the Spartans will head back up court. Halfway through quarter number 2, 28-26. 2-point lead for Springfield Southeast. Here's another three-pointer for Allison. That drains as well. These guys, all of them can hit three-pointers from anywhere. And a timeout called by Coach Lee, so we will step aside for just a moment as well. And we're back in a minute here on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they do catering, wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses and delicious sides. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road, or check out the lunch buffet at the Columbus Plaza location on 157 in Collinsville. Call Cafe Agape at 345-CAFE, 345-2233. Yes, they still cater. Cafe Agape, that's some good eats.
Back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke and Zach Roseman with you. Semifinal number 2 between Collinsville and Springfield Southeast going on. Winner gets Mundelein. In the championship game Monday night, the loser will drop down to the third place game where they'll take on Lincoln.
We're going to have a little bit of a delay as a player had come in but did not come in early enough. And so see Banks have to go back out there.
Now, Nate Hall two-pointer. We'll give Collinsville a little closer, 31-28. Here comes Allison. Allison gives it to Beverly. Beverly on the right wing brings it in for Banks, and we're going to have a foul call. This one's going to go against Geladini. That'll be his first, team fourth. Spartans have 5 fouls on the board. They got all those early. And James Dent still on the bench because of that. Here is Beverly. Beverly bounces it into Banks. Banks near the left right-hand corner. All the way out now to Beverly at midcourt. 3 minutes left to play here in this first half. Beverly gets around Skeet, takes the shot, overshoots everything. And KJ tries to go for the rebound, but he couldn't grab a hold of it before he ended up out of bounds. So Springfield will keep the ball, and it'll be Allison who will inbound. Allison all the way out into the backcourt. And it's Terrence Harris. Harris, watched by Rayshawn Taylor. Over into the corner for Allison. He's already hit a couple of threes from long distance, so got to close up on him as soon as he gets the ball. Over to Beverly. Beverly dribbles, drives, stops at the top of the key, gives to Allison. 2.5 minutes to go here in this first half. Allison being hawked all the way by Skeet. 5-second violation. And thank you very much. Collinsville with a chance to get to within 1 or maybe even tie here.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Juan Smith, of course, one of the best perimeter defenders, at least in terms of defending guards that Collinsville have and really that anybody would want to have in this tournament. And you can make the argument in the whole state.
There's a little floater by Taylor that misses, but Hall is there with the rebound. He'll put it back up, won't go in. KJ, he gets it back, puts it in, and the bruise. A chance to tie here for Kadrian Jones.
Oh, the ball rolled over to the southeast bench, and the player there at the end of the bench just sort of kicked it over to the official, and the referee doesn't like it, but I think he's going to warn the kid. Yeah, Coach Thompson's like, all right. And so KJ will shoot his and one.
Chance to tie here for Kadrian Jones. He's been pretty good from the free throw line. I had to go and open my mouth, didn't I? Blame that one on me, kids. I'll take it. Here is Beverly. Beverly cuts across the... Oh, there's a steal, and it is Rayshawn Taylor off the glass for 2. Collinsville has their first lead of this game.
And Coach Thomas will call timeout.
He will, and we will step aside as well. It's just a 30-second break, so we will take that long, and we'll be back in just a moment here on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of K-Hawk Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go K-Hawks.
Back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Todd Duke, Zach Roseman with you. Inbound pass comes into Beverly. Collinsville putting some pressure on in the backcourt this time, but that was not a lot of pressure, and it was easily broken by Springfield. Allison with a three-point shot. You just can't keep on leaving this kid open. You thought James Dent was hitting three-pointers last year. This Allison kid is all over these three-pointers here in this game.
Yeah, the kid that wasn't even in the program here and having a pretty good showing against Collinsville.
There's a turnover by the K-Hawks. They haven't done that too many times, and almost got the ball back as Taylor went for the steal off of the pass by Terrence Harris. So back to a 2-point lead for the Spartans after Collinsville took their first lead. Here is Beverly. 1:20 left to play here in this first half. Beverly. Kawan Smith trying everything he can to take that ball away. And behind the back dribble by Beverly. He'll give it up now for Mohammed, and that is a travel. Little kid jumps up down there. He's like, I'll ref.
See, honestly thought you could have called the travel a couple of times beforehand, but I'm not the ref. I am not licensed to be a ref.
That's good because they need you up here running the camera.
Exactly.
1 minute to go here in this first half. Here is Geladini with it into Keydrian Jones, and he stepped out of bounds. He had the toe on the purple when he got that pass.
Yeah, Coach Thomas was very, very quick to point that out as soon as KJ touched the ball. Looks like Collinsville are going to back off on that pressure.
Here is Allison. He's already got 3 3-pointers here in this first half, and he came in late for James Dent. Allison being watched by Geladini. We're down to 40 seconds to play in this first half. Allison skips the ball back over toward the scorer's table, and now we're going to have him dump it off, and he almost got another 5-second call. Banks skirts the baseline and then gives it up for Harris. Harris has that ball stolen by Taylor, and then Harris fouls him. That's going to be the 7th team foul by the Spartans. It's 1-and-1 time. Rayshawn Taylor will head to the free throw line, shooting a 1-and-1.
There we go. Thought for half a second that they were going to go ahead and do the inbound.
Taylor at the free throw line, went 3 of 4 in that win over Decatur Eisenhower. If he hits the front end, he'll have a chance to tie it. On the way, good.
Taylor with 12 points will look to make it 13.
Well, I tell you what, he probably could have 20 now if he would have hit his shots at the beginning of this game.
You are not wrong there.
Chance to tie it up here for Taylor. And he will not. As KJ gets the rebound, back to Taylor. And Taylor will dribble out of the left wing area all the way back to the midcourt stripe as we are down to 15 seconds to play here in this first half. Taylor gives it up to Geladini, who gives it back to Taylor with 10 seconds to go. Taylor takes a deep breath, drives forward, 3-point shot from the wing. That one rolls across, goes over to Smith. He'll shoot it a little bit too far, and that's the way that the first quarter comes to the first half comes to a close with Springfield Southeast Spartans leading your Collinsville Kahoks by 1, 34-33. We'll take a break and come back and throw some stats your way, and we'll do that next on the Kahoks Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
The people of Illinois welcome you. The folks in Collinsville, Illinois, well, they want you to stick around for a while and enjoy the sights, the fun, the food, and of course, the Collinsville Kahoks. The city of Collinsville is a proud supporter of the Collinsville Unit 10 School District. So welcome to Collinsville. Come on over, catch a Kahoks game, or enjoy some of the new places to eat, shop, and have fun. There's plenty to do for the young and the young at heart. Enjoy Christmas at the Collins House during the holidays, tunes at Bloom in the warm summer months, and more. There's plenty to do in Collinsville, so come on over for a bit. The folks in Collinsville would love to see you. For more information, go to www.collinsville.org.
First National Bank of Waterloo, celebrating over 100 years of banking in the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo's O'Fallon branch office for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, come see Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo in O'Fallon. Call Bill at 618-632-1010. Visit him at 104 Regency Park in O'Fallon or online at fnbwaterloo.com. That's my bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, we are at halftime, 34-33. The Springfield Southeast Spartans with the first half lead by 1 point over Collinsville. And we have a look at our first half stats. Rayshawn Taylor, believe it or not, leading all players in this game with 12 points after a really slow start. Kalon Smith right behind him with 9 points, and then 6 each for Nate Hall and Keidrian Jones. The leader in points for Springfield Southeast is Makia Allison with 9 points, all of those coming off of three-pointers. 7 each for Omar Rahim and Cameron Banks. James Dent has 6 points, but he's been on the bench for most of that first half. And Noah Doss with 3 points for Springfield Southeast. From the lines, boy, the Spartans are hot from the three-point stripe. They hit 6 of 9 three-pointers in that first half, while Collinsville hit 3 of 10. From the free throw line, Southeast is perfect at 4 for 4, while Collinsville has hit 4 of 7. The rebound battle is being won by the Kahoks, 16-13. And the turnovers, Springfield Southeast 7 turnovers, and Collinsville has gotten 7 points off of those turnovers. And the Kahoks have turned the ball over 4 times. And Springfield Southeast has capitalized for 5 points off of those turnovers. Collinsville has 9 points off second chances and 6 off of fast breaks, while the Spartans have 3 second chance points and 4 off of the fast break. And those 11 bench points, most of those were the 9 by McKee Allison after he came in for James Dent. So that is a look at your first half stats. We will take another break, and sooner or later we will have the third quarter action come your way, and that'll be in mere moments here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahawk alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com. Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, the newest in online auctioning. Go to ogleauctionshighbid.com. That's HIBid.com to check out what's up for bid in the next auction. Ogle Auctions deals with everyday items like board games, t-shirts, and more, to collectibles, whether that is a vehicle, vinyl records, or vintage toys. Or how about a trolley car? And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more items. Check out their next online auction at ogleauctionshighbid.com. That's ogleauctionshibid.com. Or call Kim Ogle today at 618-980-4530.
Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design. Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook. Something old can be something new again. The Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville proves that old adage right one more time. Derek and Whitney Reiser, along with brewmaster and distillery operator Torrin O'Brien, Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is not just a place to eat and drink, but more of a must-experience destination in the St. Louis area. With its Collinsville Herald newspaper feel, Old Herald Brewery and Distillery features a restaurant, a tap room, and of course a state-of-the-art one-of-a-kind distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery can handle all of your group functions, as well with an event space that can handle you and 79 of your friends for any large gathering. And the food? Well, simply amazing, with local and new favorites, plus brunch on Sundays. How about bocce ball or bags on the patio? Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville. Give them a call at 855-8027, online at oldheraldbrewing.com, or on Facebook at Old Herald. Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium at Collinsville High School. Todd Duke and Zach Roseman back with you, and we are almost set for second half action. Collinsville and Springfield locked in a close one. 34-33, a 1-point lead for Springfield Southeast. And remember,
in that Decatur-Eisenhower game. We were tied at 27, and then Collinsville went off in the third quarter en route to that big 65-40 win over the Generals. So we're hoping for another big third quarter outburst here. Springfield Southeast starts off with the ball in their possession, and here is Allison. James Dent is back into the game. Allison out at midcourt, being watched by Taylor. Allison gets the ball over to Dent. Dent becomes the traffic conductor and then weaves his way up to the top of the key. That was almost a travel. Allison over on the wing. Taylor cuts his lane off real quick before he decides to launch another three. Here is Banks. He'll drive through the lane and he'll travel. They got away with a travel earlier by Allison, but this one was picked up. Collinsville now with the chance to take the lead. Collinsville's only led once. Here is Smith over to Geladini. Gets it to Hall. Back to Laurent. And back to Nate Hall underneath KJ. And he'll take advantage of a tipped ball that was tipped by Springfield Southeast, but it tipped right to him. 35-34. K-Hawks up by a point. Here is Allison, and Taylor has almost got that ball. He does now. Here comes Rayshawn, and off the glass, counted for two, and the foul. There we go. Collinsville taking over in the third quarter. That's on Antron Beverly. That'll be his second, team first, and Rayshawn back to the free throw line where he went 2 for 4 in that first half. Taylor makes it a three-point play and gives his team a 4-point lead. 1 minute gone here in this third quarter. Here is Allison. Bounces the ball across the line to Dent. And Dent being watched by Gilardini. Dent tries to find some room over there on that right side, skirting the lane, but no room. And now Allison back with it. Over on the far side for Doss. Back to Allison. Allison over here for Beverly. Beverly trying to get rid of Christy Copatelli. How are you, dear? Happy birthday, by the way. I'm sorry, I was here for 16 hours yesterday. Didn't get a chance. Here is Beverly. Three-point shot won't find the mark, and Nate Hall gets the rebound, throws it across the way to Geladini. Collinsville trying to add to their lead. Here is Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor gives it up to Geladini, and then Taylor will stand in front of his bench. He'll drive baseline, take the shot off the glass, count it for 2 more.
Taylor with 17 points already, which nearly equals the 19 he had. Kind of course, 19 points isn't bad by any means, but given Taylor's average, it's kind of an off game, if you will, for Taylor.
Here's James Dent across the way to Beverly. Back over here for Allison. Bounce pass back into Dent. Almost, that's knocked away by KJ. Taylor picks it up, gives to Smith. Smith flies, and he's fouled. That'll go against Allison.
Yeah, Dent came through, though, as Smith tried to throw something up, and he volleyball spiked it.
He did a Darcy Metzger midair move.
Now, I've not seen Darcy here during the tournament. But
I have not either.
But Hannah Scrum has been here.
Oh, yeah, she's been here the whole time. Hey, she volunteered yesterday. She was one of the mop girls. As Kawan Smith misses that free throw, and that was his first free throw try in this game. 6-point lead for Collinsville. Smith trying to make it 7, and he can't. Misses on both of them. That's kind of rare for Kawan Smith. Rebound belongs to Springfield Southeast, and here is Allison going all the way in, but can't get it to fall all the way through. And Geladini takes care of the rebound, gives to Taylor. He slices through the lane, and he's fouled in the process, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Foul will be on Muhammad.
And Taylor back to the free throw line. He just hit 1 from there, so he is now 3 of 5 coming into this attempt. Taylor Can't hit, man. It's 0 for 3 between him and Smith on the last 3 shots.
Yeah.
Got to have these freebies.
Taylor, not one to miss too much. He went, I think that's at least the second he's missed. He went 3 of 4 against Eisenhower, so maybe the one thing he's doing worse tonight.
He'll hit the second one, though. And that makes it a 7-point lead for Collinsville, and here comes James Dent. 5 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. Semifinal game. Winner will get Mundelein Monday night in the championship game. Here is Dent. Watched by Geladini the entire way, and at the free throw line, a little off-balance shot won't fall, and there's Kedrian Jones with another rebound. He gives it up to Taylor. Taylor screams across the line with some speed. Into the paint, takes the shot all the way down for 2.
And Coach Thomas will call timeout.
Lawrence Thomas wants a timeout. We will take one right along with him, and it's going to be a full timeout, so we'll be back in about 60 seconds or so here on the K-Hawk Sports Network. As soon as I can find the right commercial I need to play. There we go. Are you looking for a way to support some local charities? You can check out the Prairie Farms Our Caps Your Cause program, where over $185,000 has already been donated to local charities. Save your gallon or half-gallon milk caps and give in to what moves you. Learn more by visiting prairiefarms.com/OurCapsYourCause. Here is Allison. He bounces the pass into the perimeter. And Allison gets it right back and gives it to Beverly. Beverly, one dribble, pulls up for a 3, and it rolls all the way around the rim, and that's off of Rayshawn Taylor and out of bounds.
Do we have a 23?
That's what I was looking for. Yeah, Marcus Albers.
Oh, so the man who...
Yeah, exactly.
So
all kinds of jerseys changing hands over here on this Springfield Southeast team.
All right.
Albers. And a whistle. And Kedrian Jones is going to get called for a foul away from the ball. And that will be his first, which is a good sign for us. Mm-hmm. Normally by this time, KJ has about 3.
Mm-hmm. That's something that's been a little bit of an issue for him, especially early on in the year. KJ oftentimes get into foul trouble.
James Dent inbounds to Beverly. Beverly on the left wing, bounces it back out to Dent on the top of the key. Dent, head fake, back to Beverly. Halfway through, quarter number 3. Here is Allison. Allison being handled over there by Taylor, and now to Albers. And then to Beverly, to James Dent. Dent is fouled by Geladini.
Getting for a little bit of a push. Didn't really see anything there. That'll be Lawrence second.
Lawrence Thomas is pleading some kind of a case over here to the referee who has the ball. James Dent will inbound, this time on the opposite side of his basket. That was almost 5 seconds. And what? Another foul coming up. This one's going to go against KJ.
Right as it was in.
I had to open my mouth, didn't I?
Well, at the risk of making things worse, that is only the 3rd team foul for Collinsville.
Spartans have 3 on the board as well, and another James Dent inbound pass coming, and this one finds Beverly in front of his own bench. Bounce pass into Albers, who bounces it underneath the basket for Banks. And I think Nate Hall got a little bit of a piece of that ball, and that one's going to go the other way.
Yeah, nice play by Allison there, falling out of bounds and managed to throw it off of the shins of Nate Hall.
And I could have swore the referee pointed that way.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know either, but James Dent, he's getting used to this inbounding. Oh, Taylor tips that one. Allison finds it anyway. Over to Beverly for a three-point shot. No. KJ, rebound, has it poked out of his hand by Allison. And Allison, or excuse me, that is Albers who will get called for the foul.
Albers kind of not happy about it, going to jaw at the ref a little bit, but the risk of a technical, he won't say too much. Gonna be honest, that may have been a little bit of a break for the Kahoks. Looks like Albers got mostly ball.
Here is Kawan Smith. He'll give it up to Rayshawn Taylor, and Taylor!
Oh!
And Nate Hall couldn't finish.
But we have a foul.
I believe that Hall is going to go to the line as he was swiped at in midair.
Man, that is...
That's dangerous.
Yes, that is. But what is that? 5, 6 missed dugs for Collinsville in past 2 games.
Albers gets called for his second foul in a row. And as a team, that's 5. And Nate Hall to the free throw line. Hall did not go to the free throw line in the first half, and he, boy, oh boy, we're missing too many of these guys.
Well, up 9, but as we've seen, every single one of these can matter. Just ask Caden Froby.
Oh, yeah. Hall hits the next one. And it's a 10-point lead now for Collinsville. I believe Springfield Southeast had a 10-point lead in the first quarter. So we've gone the opposite direction. Here's James Dent. He'll fly through the lane, and the basket will not count, and we'll have a foul, and this one is going to go against Geladini again. That'll be his third.
Looks like he will stay in. No motion from the Collinsville bench.
And James Dent gets to inbound again. Does so to Beverly, gets it back to Dent. Dent will spot up a 3. That's off the inside of the rim, and there's Nate Hall with the rebound for Collinsville. Hall brings it up and gives to Taylor. Taylor works the ball up across the timeline. 2:40 left to play here in this third quarter, and now he'll give it up to Smith, Will Taylor. Taylor gets it back, tries over on the right wing, penetrates, kicks it out to Kawan Smith. 3-point shot, yes! 47-34, Collinsville with the lead. Here is James Dent. Gets bumped into by Geladini, and now we're going to have another foul. This one's going to go against Nate Hall. Fouls are coming fast and furious here all of a sudden.
However, again, at the risk of jinxing something, they haven't been bad calls both ways like we had last year.
Dent inbounds to Beverly. This time on the opposite corner from where the last couple have ended up. Now back over to that corner for Allison. Allison dribbles around and pulls up at the free throw line, bounces it out to James Dent. Dent tries outside the lane, count the bucket and the bruise. This one's going to go against KJ, and just like that, Kadrian Jones has 3.
Oh, they're going to call it on Geladini, and that's his 4th.
Oh, wow, okay.
Not sure about that one. Didn't look like Laurent really moved at all, just sort of.
Well, Granger was down there with his hands up in the air and got called for a push. How do you push when your arms are straight up in the air? That's what I want to know.
I don't know.
Well, Granger comes back in. He'll have to take the place of Geladini. And to the free throw line will be James Dent. And Dent, of course, didn't go to the free throw line in the first half because he didn't play much of the first half. He'll pick up that one, though, and it's a 10-point game once again. 47-37, 2 minutes to play here in this third quarter. Smith over to Taylor. Taylor dribbles around to Allison and takes the shot, off balance as it was, and that really didn't have a chance to get to the basket. Here is Dent. He'll spot up for 3, and that's a foul. And that one is going to be
on KJ.
On KJ. He swiped at that arm just as Dent was throwing that ball up from three-point land, and now it's going to be 3 against Kadrian Jones. That's the team's 7th, so the Spartans are going to be shooting free throws for the rest of this game.
Dent will be shooting 3.
Yes, he will. First one good.
Dent with 10 points, looks like. Again, the individual statistic board is down at our end, and it's a pretty rough angle for us to see.
It's almost behind us. over our left shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Second one's good as well. One more coming for James Dent, and he only gets 2 out of the 3. Rebound belongs to Taylor, who headmans it up to Smith. Smith stops right in front of his coach, Darren Lee, gives it back to Taylor.
Ooh.
Taylor said that they stepped into the front court with a foot in the back court already.
That's
tough to swallow.
Yeah, that's I mean, I understand that one, but I think you got to give Taylor the benefit of the doubt on that one. That one, that's a little ticky-tack in my opinion.
Well, KJ goes out, 6'7" goes away, and Ballinger comes in, who stands at about 5'8". Steal by Smith. Smith drives, and it snakes around for 2. Back to a 10-point lead for Collinsville with 80 seconds left to play here in this third quarter. Here is James Dent trying to get around Taylor. He does so and pulls up, takes a shot off the rim, and nothing but white jerseys there, and then a foul against James Dent. That'll be his third.
I think they're just going to say it just knocked him out of bounds.
No?
Just knocked it out of bounds.
All right. I thought that Dent made contact with Taylor there as well.
Looked like he did, but
that's why I called it a foul. See, that's why I'm not
Yeah.
refereeing. Of course, if I was refereeing, who would be doing this?
Exactly.
Peyton Blaylock? He just owned it. I did the play-by-play. Here is Rayshawn Taylor. Peyton, I'm surprised I haven't seen him here in this tournament at all.
I would have figured if he's in town that he would be here for at least one of the games.
Yeah, that's the problem. He is not in town a lot.
With,
Here is Rayshawn Taylor. Taylor to Smith into the corner for Granger. Back out to Taylor at the midcourt stripe, over across the away in front of the scorer's table for Ballinger. Down to 30 seconds to play here in this third quarter. 10-point lead for Collinsville. Here is Kawan Smith. Smith will give it up to Ballinger in front of the scorer's table once again. Back at the midcourt stripe, Kawan Smith. He is being hassled over there by Omar Rahim, and no bucket, but a foul call on the floor. This one looks like it's going to go against Albers. And Albers came off the bench just a little while ago and already has 3 fouls.
those 3 fouls weren't picked up in this last sequence, but
the first 2 happened right when he came off the bench to begin this third quarter. Here is Nate Hall on the inbound to Taylor. Back at the at the midcourt stripe, 10 seconds to play here in the third. Taylor backs up once again, and a foul coming up against Omar Rahim. That's number 7, and that will send Taylor to the line for a 1-and-1. So Taylor would like to pick up his free throws here. He was 1 for 2 last time, and that came right after Kawan Smith missed 2. Good.
Taylor had a little bit of a scoring drought here in this third quarter. With that, he now has 21 points.
Taylor with 1 more free throw coming his way, and that one's no good. And with 5 seconds left, here comes James Dent for Springfield over to Beverly. He's blocked off. That's not going to matter, and we will go to the fourth quarter with Collinsville now leading by 11, 50-39 in favor of the K-Hawks, and we will be back with the fourth quarter in just a moment here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Collinsville with the ball to start the fourth quarter. Ballinger in the paint, loses it, but it is picked up by Nate Hall, and Coach Lee calls a timeout. How do you like that? Right after we take a timeout is called, so we'll step aside just for a moment here on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Looking to buy a new home or sell your current one? Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquis Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now. Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquis to help you find the perfect home or to help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at 618-780-4622 or visit them online at BlaylockTeam.com or on Facebook at the Blaylock Team.
Back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke is my name. Zach Roseman over my right-hand shoulder with the other headset on, and the ears are starting to get red, aren't they?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, these cans on our heads, man, they telling you what, they need to make the hole a little deeper so it doesn't press against your ears. And here are the Collinsville Kahoks leading by 11. We're underway in the fourth quarter, 30 seconds into it. Here's Kawan Smith. He dribbles, he drives, he dumps off to Granger for a big old dunk. David Granger gets the first dunk of this tournament for Collinsville after many a try.
And
a blocking foul going to be called against Rayshawn.
That'll be his second?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Team's 8th. So to the free throw line will be James Dent.
That we haven't had too many dunks so far. I mean, obviously we haven't seen any of the games over in the Aux gym, but really not too many dunks at all. I think that was only about 5 or so that I've seen.
Dent hits the first one. The other game was supposed to be starting right now.
Well,
we'll be late. All you fans of Decatur Eisenhower and Madison will have to wait just a little bit longer as the first semifinal game went into overtime. And here is Rayshawn Taylor to Ballinger, over to Smith. Smith dribbles, drives, kicks it off to Granger. Granger waits and travels.
He was, I think everyone was looking for him to go up and dunk that again.
Had a blocker in his way, and that caused him to shuffle his feet. And that one is thrown off of the leg of Nate Hall by Omar Rahim. And we will inbound again, and once again it'll be James Dent. He calls the diamond. And he'll inbound, offset to the left of his basket. Dent. Football pass across the goal line into the end zone, and bringing it out of the end zone, that is Omar Rahim at the free throw line. He'll throw it backwards to Allison, who gives to Dent. Dent looks over at his coach, Lawrence, has the play and pulls up, takes the shot. That's going to be off, and the rebound belongs to Nate Hall, and then Nate Hall is fouled, I believe, by Banks. Either that or it's going to be Rahim, one of the two. Banks will pick up his team's 8th foul and his second personal foul. Nate Hall going to the free throw line, shooting a 1-and-1. Collinsville up by 12. They'd like to make it 14. There's number 13. (53-40), 6:38 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Hall can't hit the second one. There's Dent with the rebound. Spartans bring it back up at the free throw line, dumping it off, and missing it was Banks. Finding it was Hall, and he gives it to Rayshawn Taylor, and Taylor brings it up across the line with Terrence Harris all over him, and a foul will be called before the shot. I think it's going to be on the floor. And this one is going to go against Terrence Harris. And that was a shooting foul, I think. Nope, 1-1. Ninth team foul by the Spartans, though, so it'll be 2 tries from here on out afterwards. And the first one is good for Rayshawn. And that stretches the lead out to 14. Rayshawn now with 22 points. Looking for number 23. There it is. Kedrian Jones checks back in for Granger. Granger, for those who want to get it done, isn't that they're saying? The company called Granger. For those who want to get it done.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I didn't think you would. Dent with a long 3 that misses, but the putback is good by Omar Rahim. And a 13-point lead for Collinsville. 6 minutes to play here in this fourth quarter. They give to Ballinger by Smith. Back out to the midcourt stripe for Taylor. Taylor dribbles, drives. Lane was wide open. He dumps it off. KJ gets fouled on the way up, and that's going to go against Dent. That'll be his 4th.
It's an important, that's a pretty big foul if you're a fan. Oh,
3rd? I thought it was his 4th. He got 2 early on and got 1 here in the second half. I have been wrong before. I will be wrong again. I was wrong that time, and I am not going to make apologies. KJ hits the first one. Kedrian now with 9 points. Going to hit double digits if he can make this one.
Stretch the Kahawk lead to 15 if he makes it as well.
Quan Smith has 14 points. I just now noticed that.
Yeah, he's had a very good game offensively today.
Not going to make it to 10 for that particular try for Kedrian Jones. And down the other way we go, and a floater for Omar Rahim hits the mark. And it's a 12-point contest with Collinsville in the lead. Here is Taylor. Taylor gets tugged on by Dent, no call. Oh, Taylor goes all the way down, ends up with a fingertip roll underhanded. And Collinsville extends that lead back out to 14. Dent hands the ball off to Allison. Then he almost gets double teamed. Dent gets it back. And a shot that will not fall in. And the rebound is belonging to Smith. Here comes Skeet all the way in. And a foul by Allison will send Kawan Smith to the free throw line. Well into double bonus time now. 3rd foul for Makai Allison, and Kawan Smith at the free throw line. He missed his last 2 tries, and make that 3 now.
Gelladini will come back into the game for Ballinger.
Gelladini with 4 fouls. He has to be careful, and Smith finally breaks that 0 streak at the free throw line and picks up point number 59 for his Kahawks. Here comes James Dent. Dent, 3-point, top of the key, good.
Shades of that shot he hit in the championship game last year.
Yeah, that was from over here on the left wing.
As I recall, it was over on our right, but whatever.
Here's Taylor.
Details.
Taylor at the free throw line, backs up. Now moves forward again. And about 5 feet away, he'll hit one. And Rayshawn now with 27 points, approaching 30 in this game. 4:29 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Here is James Dent. Dent in through the paint, no good. Gets his own rebound. Having some trouble trying to find a way to get up there, and that might go against Gelladini. If it is, that'll be his last one, and it is. Gelladini is fouled out of this game.
That's 5.
Uh-oh. I didn't even notice that Rayshawn Taylor is on the ground holding that left leg. That's not good. He's stretching it out. Holding right down below the knee as Amanda Bauer comes down there trying to work out a cramp, I think, because Gelladini and KJ are pushing on the top of his toe.
Well, we'll have a timeout as Ballinger will come in for the disqualified Geladini.
We will step aside and take a break while they figure out what's going on with young Mr. Taylor here, and we will be back in just a moment on the Kahoks Sports Network.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KHawkSports.com and the Kahoks Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Taylor gets up and walks off under his own power. A little bit of a limp on that left leg, just a cramp. And James Dent hits a free throw and then hits both of them, as Taylor is on the bench for right now. And Springfield gets it back to within 12, 61-49. And here is Ballinger. He got caught. Gets out of it with a pass up to Nate Hall. Over to, never mind, intended for Smith, but knocked out of bounds by Springfield Southeast. And Collinsville will get the ball back, as I believe Amanda Bauer and Rayshawn Taylor. No, Rayshawn's laying on the floor over there getting a little rub down on that calf on his left leg. Right at the feet of one of the cheerleaders. Here is Kawan Smith. Halfway through quarter number 4. 4 down, 4 to go. Smith, floater. And it goes. 63-49 our score. Here's James Dent. Over onto the right wing and then out of bounds. Off of his fingertips, that's a turnover. Collinsville trying to take advantage of all the turnovers they can. Kahoks got 7 points off of 7 turnovers in the first half from Springfield Southeast. Inbound pass comes into Kawan Smith. He races up court. At the top of the key, he'll take a left-hand turn and give it to Nate Hall back at the mid-court stripe. Kawan Smith brings it forward. What is that, a dough roller they're using over there on his legs?
I think
It spreads out your dough for making biscuits, man.
yeah, I think they'll use rolling pins, or heard of pool noodles even being used to rolling it out is oftentimes the best way to fix it.
Off of Granger's hands and out of bounds.
But looks like he's all right.
Yep, Taylor's coming back in. Not showing any limp at all right now. Granger will head to the bench. 3 minutes and 12 seconds left here in this fourth quarter. Dent brings the ball up for Springfield Southeast. And he'll line up a three-point shot, and it skips across the rim, and the rebound is handled by Banks, who gives to Dent, who throws it up there, but a foul, and rolling around on the ground is Banks. He looks like he got a finger in the eye or something. Nate Hall picks up his second foul, and still on the ground holding that eye is Mr. Banks. So another injury timeout. We'll step aside as well. We are back in just a moment here on the Kahoks Sports Network.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahawk Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
Sloan's Pub House in Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House is now into their third year of operation on Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Sloan's Pub House offers daily lunch and dinner specials that feature homemade pizza, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and more. Sloan's Pub House offers a great variety of craft libations for you adults, as well as a great brunch on Saturdays and Sundays. Sloan's Pub House, 119 West Main Street in Collinsville. Give them a call at 618-855-9100 or online at sloanspubhouse.com.
James Dent back to the free throw line. He misses his first one. Banks walked up underneath his own power, but he's on the bench and he's got a towel up against that eye. I guess he got poked pretty hard.
Yeah.
Over in the auxiliary gym, Quincy and Edwardsville involved in a tight one, and Quincy comes out winning by 1 point, 51-50.
So the Constellation Championship match is set as the Blue Devils will be playing in it for the second year in a row.
And they'll take on Althoff.
Mm-hmm.
What am I doing? 63-50, okay. I knew I had to add a point somewhere. Rayshawn Taylor at the free throw line now. And the first one's good. 14-point lead for Collinsville. Rayshawn Taylor at the free throw line. Kawan Smith, the only one back here in the defensive zone. And Taylor unable to hit both. Rebound belongs to Dent. He'll bring it up himself. Top of the key. He'll drive through the lane, take the shot, can't get it to roll. He'll get his own rebound, and he'll kick it back out to Allison. Allison skirts around over here to the left-hand wing. Dent with a three-point shot. That one hits nothing but net.
And Coach Thomas will call timeout.
Another timeout for the Spartans. 2:35 left to go here in this fourth quarter. 64-53 is the lead for Collinsville, and we're back in 30 seconds on the Kahoks Sports Network.
The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune has now added Collinsville to their coverage area this year, including coverage of City Hall, happenings in Collinsville, as well as coverage of the Unit 10 schools and the Collinsville Kahoks, plus more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper that is published every Thursday and has been reporting news and sports in Madison County for over 30 years. Subscriptions are only $32 for an entire year, delivered to your home and the online edition. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at www.timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Troy Times-Tribune.
Back to action here as Collinsville has the lead and the ball. Nate Hall back to Taylor. Taylor comes across the line, and I don't even know how he did not go out of bounds, but he didn't, and it turns into 2 points. He skirted that line, must have barely been an inch away from stepping out, I'm guessing. Here is Dent. He'll take it high off the glass after a partial block by KJ, and then the ball comes back to Dent. He'll take it off the glass for 2.
He's had a pretty good game. He has
29. Is that what that says? 23.
29 or 23. Taylor with 30.
Yep. And now we're going to have a foul by Dent, and that's going to be his 4th. $119 seconds left here in this fourth quarter. And Caleb Ballinger will be at the free throw line after Dent picks up his 4th.
And Ballinger went.
And first one's good.
Ballinger went 1 of 3 in the last game. Had just that 1 point.
And he hits both of them. Collinsville looking to stay undefeated, looking to go to 11-0.
12-0.
12-0, excuse me. They won 11-0 last night. Here is Dent, head fake. Everybody thought he probably traveled, but he didn't. And Mundelein now 13-0. They handed Lincoln their first loss of the year, so Lincoln is now 11-1. And Collinsville trying to make it to the championship game, and it'll be a battle of undefeated teams if they do. Here is Ballinger back at the midcourt stripe. Kawan Smith, they're trying to push him over the stripe. Oh, there's a foul out by James Dent. He put his foot out and tripped up Ballinger, and that's going to be it for Mr. Dent.
I'm sure that's something that's a little therapeutic for Kahawk fans, is allow them to exercise the demons of last year's game and see the man who ended Collinsville's hopes and dreams for their first tournament title in 14 years then, 15 years now. And, well, at any rate.
Here is Ballinger back up at the free throw line, and he hits the first one. It's a big round of applause from the student body cheering section. And the next one misses. Here's Allison with the rebound.
I'd explain it, but it's not something I'd be allowed to say on air.
Here it is over to Beverly, and Beverly gets it back at the top of the key. Over to Allison. Allison cuts through the lane, takes the off-balance shot, won't fall. Kadrian Jones there with the rebound, and he makes sure everybody gets away from him, and then he swats that ball out of there after he gave it up to Beverly. Woo! Under a minute to go. Here comes, well, a foul against Kawan Smith. This one is going to go against Allison. His fourth, and we are well into double bonus time here for Collinsville at the free throw line. Kawan Smith hits the first one. 70 points for Collinsville, 57 for the Spartans.
And we will see the Southeast contingent make their way out.
And the underclassmen and the JVers are going to get a chance to play, and a travel is going to get called first. That'll give the ball back to Collinsville.
But I think we're going to have a timeout called anyway.
Are we?
Well, everybody's standing around looking like it's supposed to be. Both teams are going to go ahead and empty their benches. Yeah, okay.
All right. So, the fans stand on their feet here for Collinsville as the starters all get a round of applause, including the non-starter Caleb Ballinger, who's on the floor for the fouled out Laurent Geladini. So all kinds of new faces on the floor. Here is Allison. He'll bring it up, and he'll slide a pass over onto the far side, get it right back. He'll launch a three-point shot. That's off the front of the rim, and there is Jackson Lee with the rebound for Collinsville. 35 seconds left to play in this one. Lee over to Moore. Three-point shot that skips across the rim, and who wants it? It's taken by Springfield Southeast initially, and then they let go of the ball, and then Collinsville lets go of the ball. Allison comes up, and Jackson Lee's going to get his name in tomorrow's little sheet with a foul. Well, tomorrow's Sunday. We're not here Sunday. So to the free throw line will be Allison. 20.3 seconds to go here in this semifinal game, and Collinsville looking like they will be in the championship game for the third year in a row. Happens to be the 3 years in a row that we've done the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
How about that?
Yeah.
Good luck charm or what?
Yeah, I guess maybe I should keep doing this.
Well, you know you're more than welcome to, or whenever you end up in college, you'll get a Christmas break, and you can come back and do exactly that.
Uh-huh.
71-58 after one of those free throws was made by Allison. Here is Kyle Moore. He'll bring it up with 15 seconds left. And Kyle Moore over on the far side wing. 5 seconds left. Inside. Chambers. Shot. Good. That's going to do it. Collinsville exercises the Springfield Southeast Demons and wins over the Spartans 73-58. And now Collinsville has a date with Mundelein Monday at 7:30 in the championship game. Springfield Southeast will be playing for third place this year, and they'll do so against a very good Lincoln team. That's going to do it for this game. One more game coming your way tonight. Zach Roseman is going to have the play-by-play of the game between Decatur Eisenhower and Madison, and that is going to come your way next on the K-Hawk Sports Network.